Stuffed Animals by Mr. McMuffin. My name is Twilight Sparkle. I might just be a young filly, but I'm really smart. My mom and my dad and my BBBFF all say so. It's mostly because I spend a lot of my time reading and learning new things. I love learning new things. I also learned magic when I was really young. I even got my cutie mark for it. Even better, I became the personal student of Princess Celestia. I was really lucky to become that. One of my favorite things besides books and learning is my doll, Mr. Smarty Pants. I got him when I was really young. I got him about the time I was born. He's my bestest friend ever. Well, not as much as my BBBFF, but really close. I love Mr. Smarty Pants with all my heart, and no one can ever take him away from me. I love Mr. Smarty Pants. He'll keep me safe. As time went on, I learned more and more. I became more powerful with magic than any pony my age, and even more powerful than most ponies twice my age. I'm really excited to go to Celestia, and there are special events when I sometimes get to visit. Anyway, I played with Smarty Pants today. I first walked him around town, reading him one of my favorite books, A Light in the Attic. Even though it was just a book filled with poems, I love it. The poems are funny, and even funnier pictures. Mr. Smarty Pants enjoyed it too. After that, we played dress up. We dressed up as cow colts first, and we rounded up all the cows back into the barn. We even played doctor, and I saved his life performing CPR. Maybe I'll become a doctor someday. I fell asleep with him when I slept. Mr. Smarty Pants will keep me safe. Today was weird, and I got a little frightened. A pony dropped off a letter at my house. Nothing was written on it, so I opened it. That was kind of stupid, but I was so curious as to what was written. Not much was written. All it said was, "Stay indoors during the thunderstorm. A friend." I almost laughed. It rhymed, and it seemed silly. But I read it again. Who is this friend? Was it some pony I knew? Was it a joke? The question was burned into my head. I wasn't able to play with Mr. Smarty Pants today. He was being washed. He did stink. And on that note, I did too. I should take a bath. I don't want to stink up the house. I remember when Shining did that and Mom got him in so much trouble. I forgot to talk to Mom about the letter afterwards. I was just tired. I got another letter. It was blank like the last one. Again, I opened it. Lock your windows, lock your doors. Do this if your parents aren't home. He won't annoy you anymore. A friend. I was a bit... what was the word? Unnerved? I felt uneasy about these letters. Who was he? That night, I locked my window just in case. I didn't talk to Mom about it. Maybe she'd stop his letters. His letters are unnerving, but they also make me feel... secure? No. Mr. Smarty Pants was tired today, so we silently read books instead of playing. I felt uneasy. I kept looking out the window. I'm sure at least once there was a shadow moving away. Another blank letter. I knew it was from. Unless there are 4 knocks, twice in succession, keep the door closed and don't let him in. He can sound like any pony. Be aware. Keep him out. You'll be safe, even if he gives you a scare. A friend. I still don't know who he is, but I saw the pony who dropped it off trot off. He was a brown earth pony. A stallion? I wonder who he was. I wasn't sure if I should talk to Celestia about this. I mean, this was a bit crazy. I decided to stay silent. Mr. Smartypants was angry today. I don't know why. I became very sad, because I knew I wouldn't be able to play with him for a third day. So today I didn't read. I didn't learn. I went out to the park and watched the sunset. Kind of dangerous, as I don't exactly know a way to defend myself yet. But I'm sure I'll be safe. It's bright. Ponies know me and I'll stick to the main streets. Some pony might have been following me though. No letter from him today. But then again, there was a strong thunderstorm outside. There's no way any sane pony would go out. Sadly, Mom, Dad, and Big Brother were out today, so I'm stuck alone with Mr. Smartypants. I'd normally be okay, but right now, I'm really worried. I'm not going out, as I said. No sane pony would. I locked every door and window. The front door, the back door, the garage door. I locked every window. Call me paranoid, but I locked every window. I even went to the attic and basement windows and locked those doors. I couldn't be too careful, but I was frightened. I went to my room to rest. I waited, and I even began to fall asleep when I heard knocking at the door. Only 3 knocks. If it was my parents or my brother, they would have a key. And as the friend said, "Just go away. Leave me alone." I wanted to shout at him to leave, but I was smart enough to stay silent. "Twilight." My eyes shot open. That sounded just like Shining.
"Can you please let me in? I lost my key in the storm."
I ran to the door without thinking. Suddenly, I remembered what the last letter said. I stopped. I was taking a risk. I grit my teeth, and I got on a chair so I could elevate myself to see through the peephole. To see a blood-red eye staring right back at me. I screamed and tumbled off my chair, heard laughing from behind the door. It sounded like a stone being grated against steel.
"I know you're in there, little filly. Come out. We can play a game."
His voice was horrific. I ran to my room. I was so scared. His friend didn't lie. I was glad I listened to him, but I had a problem on my hooves. I wish I had some pony to help me, but I didn't. I'm a filly. I don't understand much, even though I'm smart. But I'm glad Mr. Smartypants decided to play with me. He's such a good friend. I'm glad I have him. He helped me ignore the stallion staring at me outside the window. And that was Stuffed Animals. Thank you very much for listening.